What's up, YouTube? It's your boy John from Project Ellsworth. Yesterday, Janae and I ran out and we made a couple stops. We went to Target, we went to Best Buy, we went back to Spirit Halloween, and I even got a couple things in the mail from Amazon yesterday. This is another haul video. As usual, I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe. I guess I'll start off with what I received in the mail from Amazon. First up was a movie that has been on my radar for a lot of years. I've never seen it. I was always curious about it. And recently, something sparked my interest again in seeing this movie. I picked up a copy of The Prowler off of Amazon. I think it was only like $10 or $15. Let me tell you what this one is. I don't know how many people actually know about this movie because I never hear anybody ever talking about it. One of the slasher genre's finest moments. Avalon Bay, 1945. On the night of her graduation dance, young Rosemary and her date are brutally murdered by a prowler thought to be a jilted soldier home from the war. The killer was never found. 30 years later, the dance is held again for the first time since that horrific evening, but something else may have also returned. Tonight, the teens of this sleepy town will meet their grisly ends at the hands and pitchfork, blade, and more of the Prowler. Tom Savini did the effects in this movie. It was directed by Joseph Zito. So I've been thinking about this movie off and on for many, many years, and I finally pulled the trigger and picked that one up. Next up is the Scream Factory copy of The Burning. A lot of people have asked me to do a review on my channel of this movie, and I didn't have it. I've never seen it, so I figured I'd pick this one up. This also wasn't very much. I think this was also like $12 or $14, $15, somewhere in that range. And finally, I decided to pick up the Scream Factory edition of Day of the Dead. I made that decision a few weeks ago, and I actually just kept forgetting to order the thing. So I finally picked this one up. I was very happy to get this. It looks like it's got tons of special features on it. This is definitely my favorite zombie movie of all time, so it's only right that I have that in my collection. Alright, next up, I picked these up at... Did I pick these up at Walmart or Target? I think I picked these up at Target. I got Overlord on Blu-ray. I heard this movie was a lot of fun. I heard it was pretty awesome. Unrelentingly tense. It's a ton of fun. And that's basically what I heard about it. I heard it was pretty much balls to the wall. So, been looking forward to seeing that one for a while. Picked that up. It was like $10 for the Blu-ray this week. I also got... You know what? No, I picked that up at Best Buy. I got that at Best Buy. Alright, I got this at Best Buy as well, and I got the next DVD at Best Buy also. I finally picked up a copy of 1917. This, for some reason, has been like $25 on Blu-ray since it came out. Yesterday, I was in Best Buy. I actually went in there to see if they had any new cool steelbooks or anything like that. I wound up with Overlord 1917 in this next movie. But anyway, they yesterday had that on sale for $17 for the Blu-ray, so I finally picked that up. I remember seeing the trailer for that quite often in the movie theater. Like almost every time we went to the movies, they were playing the trailer for that movie, and they were making it seem as though the movie were all one shot. So I'm very curious. I mean, it looked like a good movie, period, but I'm very curious to see that whole one shot thing. So that's definitely one I think I should watch in my theater and not in my living room. Alright, and the last thing I got at Best Buy is I finally picked up a copy of The Dead Don't Die. Typically not as you all well know, a fan of comedy horror, but this one's got a pretty killer cast. Bill Murray, Tilda Swinton, Steve Buscemi, Caleb Landry Jones, Iggy Pop, RZA, Selena Gomez, Adam Driver, Chloe Savini, Danny Glover, Rosie Perez, Sarah Driver, Carol Kane, and Tom Waits. So it's got a pretty killer cast. I figured I'd give it a shot. So what the heck? And I think that was also only like $10 or $11 at Best Buy this week. So it wasn't a lot of money. I figured I'll give it a shot. I've heard some good things about it. All right, next up, I also stopped at Target yesterday And I saw this figure the last time I was there, and for some reason, it's not horror, but for some reason I really like this figure, and I was drawn to it. It is Tom Hanks' character from Castaway, Chuck Noland. But he's got the little crab on the end of his little homemade spear, and he's got his bandana on and his beard from being stuck on the island. I know you can't see it in there, I don't think you can. His feet are all dirty. But for some reason, I just really like this pop figure, and I had to have that in my collection. I usually don't buy too many things that aren't horror, but I bought that pop figure, and I also bought, 1917, and I bought the Burt Reynolds character from Smokey and the Bandit. Alright, so I got other thing I got at Target. I got this Body Knockers of Pennywise. I've been seeing him in there for a while. I figure I'll get, every once in a while when I go to Target, I'll just buy one of these things. The only one that is there right now that I don't have is Freddy Krueger, but I know that there's also the other Pennywise from the original It movie, or made-for-TV movie. And lastly, at Target, I finally got the Nun Toonie Terror figure. So that leaves only Chucky and the Bride of Chucky are the only ones that I don't have now. I have every single one of them other than those ones. And those ones I've actually seen, I just haven't bought them because I'm not real crazy about the whole thought of the Bride of Chucky. I don't have that movie. I know eventually I probably will have that movie. And I also know that eventually I will have that Toonie Terror figure. Probably the next time I go to FYE in Vineland, which is where I've seen it twice now. I might as well just buy the thing, and that way my collection is complete. Alright, and next up we went over to Spirit Halloween, and the first thing in there that I picked up, I saw it, actually, it was the last thing I picked up, was an Exorcist magnet. Who in the world doesn't need a bloody Regan McNeil magnet? Everybody needs one of these things. This was in the aisle. It's kind of those impulse buys. I thought it was cool. It was $5, so I figured, what the heck. I don't have a whole lot of Exorcist stuff in my collection. I have like the full-size 41 by 27 Exorcist movie poster. I have a couple really nice copies of The Exorcist on Blu-ray, but I also have like an old VHS clamshell case of The Exorcist. But there's not a whole lot of Exorcist stuff out there, so I saw that, I figured I'd pick it up. Next up, I bought a shrunken head. Why? I have no idea, but I just figured that I don't have any of these. This would probably be kind of a ridiculous addition to my collection. I have a room full of skulls, so why not add a shrunken head? He was $10. I figured, what the heck? Why not? Why don't I need a shrunken head in my basement? Alright, next up, I know in my last Spirit video, I said that I usually pick up a skull when I go there, and this time I picked up this skull. It's got like a bloody handprint, well, wrong way, like a bloody handprint on top of it, jaws torn off, but I thought that was pretty neat. Blood dripping. I thought he was cool, so this trip's pickup is him. I don't know which one I'll get next time I go, but I know that he was the one that I wanted to add to my collection. Alright, next up, there's another skull. I didn't see him before. I thought this was really neat. Just a skull with a rose in his teeth, a couple roses in his teeth, and a raven on the top. I thought he was pretty cool. What was he, 12 bucks, 15 bucks? He was 17 bucks, whatever. I thought he was pretty neat. Looks awesome. A lot of these things tend to have the beaks broken off, so I figured I'd pick him up while the getting was good and before the general public had a chance to destroy him and leave him sitting on a shelf with a broken beak. And the last thing I picked up yesterday is this other Myers tombstone. My first Spirit video review or haul that I did, I got the other Myers tombstone, the one that actually looks like the one from Halloween 1, 1978. So I got that one. Now I have both of those. I don't have to worry about that either. That was actually the last one they had on the shelf. Actually, they had two, but the other one was all chipped apart and nicked up, so somebody destroyed the other one. That was the last one of those they had. I have to assume that they'll get more in, but I'd rather not take the chance and buy it while I have the chance. Alright, so that's going to do it for this haul video. Been doing way too many of these things lately. but I know that now October is approaching, and I have to assume that I'll probably do many more of these things. This is typically the time of year where I just spend way too much money on movies and skulls and things at Spirit Halloween and all things horror. So one has to assume that that trend will continue this year, and I will be doing many more of these haul videos between now and Halloween and immediately after Halloween. So I'm going to get out of here. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you really like this video and you have been enjoying my content up to this point, please do me a huge personal favor. Click that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Have a kick-ass day. And thank you for watching. Later, folks.